Hey everybody, Priestess May here. This is a weird filter. Anyway, so I'm in my car. This is strange. I'm in my car, but I needed to give you guys a message of the day because I feel that not enough people say this, and it needs to be said because everybody thinks that working in the spiritual realm and or going through a spiritual awakening is like easy, okay? It's like you get to control the process and all this other stuff and blah blah blah, and it's not, okay? So when you're going through a real spiritual awakening, or when you're going through learning to trust spirit, or learning to just do what spirit tells you to do, it is difficult, especially if you have a controlling personality, okay? I come across a lot of people, and you can ask any practitioner out there. I come across some people that say they're ready for healing, that say that they're ready to change their life, that say that they are patient and they have trust and they have belief, but nag you every step of the way when it has been one day, and they want to control the process. And I will tell you this: spirit does not like to be controlled. Spirit does not like to be limited. Spirit, if you're doing spiritual work with someone, and I'm not just talking about a practitioner that just uses their magic, I'm talking about somebody who actually works with spirit guides. If you want to do spiritual work with somebody who works with spirit guides, you have to understand that I am not your employee, okay? I am the employee of spirit. So I have to follow what spirit tells me to do. If you are not healed and you're not balanced, you have no right telling somebody who is balanced what your intuition is telling you, because your intuition can be lying to you because you're not actually listening to your intuition, you're listening to your paranoia. I try to be very nice, and when I do work, I videotape it. I take extra time to videotape it, record different candle formations, to send out updates to people, to give you updates all the time. And all my clients who have done work with me know this, that every single work that I do gets video updates, which no other practitioners do. And some of the people in my tradition are like, are you crazy? Why are you giving people updates through video? They just need to have faith in the guides and understand that you're working with loas and archangels and spirit guides, that once the work is done, they take care of it, okay? But if you're impatient and you try to be a control freak and you try to take over your work, it's like telling a surgeon how to do surgery when you're not even a doctor. Like, you're not even a doctor, so stop telling your surgeon how to do your surgery. Okay? Like, stop trying to control spirit. If you're a control freak, that's part of your problem. That's part of your spiritual problem. And that's probably why you have issues in your relationship. That's probably why you have issues at work, because you're a control freak and you need to identify that. Okay? You have to be respectful. And it's not even about me. If you're disrespectful to my spirits, don't be disrespectful to spirit, man. Like, this is when my New Yorker comes out. Don't be disrespectful to spirits. And I know that a lot of you guys are very, very respectful. This is aimed at the people who are disrespectful to spirit, because you are used to an instant gratification society. In this society, we have a problem that we think everything is Amazon. Like, you order today and you can get it tomorrow. That's not how it works, honey. That's not how it works. You need to realize that something that is given to you quickly is taken away from you even faster. Okay? There are guides and there are spells that will bring a man back to you within 24 hours. But you know what's going to happen? Within a week, that man is going to be gone. And I promise you that. I promise you that. I can put my life on that. Okay? Because I work with real spirits. And if a spiritual work takes time, it's because a seed takes time to grow into a tree. If you want a relationship that's going to last a week, by all means, go to a spiritual worker that's going to promise you that this person is going to come back to you in 2 days. Go ahead. I don't want to work with you. But if you can have trust and you can have faith in God, then I would love to help you. I would love to help build you up. I would love to be the hands that petition my guides to help you build this relationship with this person, to help you enhance your relationship with the person you're with, to help you protect your relationship you're currently in, to help you get the proper energy to you, to help you get to balance, to help you get to healing. I would love to be that person for you. I would love to be the one to facilitate that between you and spirit. But if you don't realize that if you disrespect my spirits, I will cut you off completely. I will, because these spirits have saved my life. They have saved my life, and not just financially. They have saved my life. They have pulled my soul from hell. You don't understand how these spirits, they will pull your soul from hell. Your soul can go to hell and they will pull you out of it. Because hell is not a place that you go to when you die. Hell is here. Okay? Hell is right here. Hell is in your head. Hell is all the negative things and all of those demons that hold you back. Like, so when you come to me and you're going to do a consultation with me and you're going to do work with me, understand that you do not control this process. I do not control this process. My spirit guides control the process. Because if you're working, I work with Santa Marta la Dominadora. I work with Archangel Michael. If Archangel Michael says to me, I got up this morning to do readings and to do a work for somebody, and then Michael was like, no, I need you to go do this. So even I don't have control of when Michael tells me to do something. If Archangel Michael tells me you need to go do this, I got to get up and go do what he said. Because if I don't go and do it, he tells me you're going to have this person come to you to speak to me in a few days that needs this work done. And I need you to go pick up these herbs. I need you to go drive 4 hours to get these herbs. I have to drive 4 hours and get these herbs, guys. Like, that's what real spiritual work is. If you want to go work with somebody who's fake on Instagram, that's cool. Go ahead. I'm not going to fight you for your healing. That's why I'm trying to pass on. I love you all, but I'm not going to fight you for your healing. You have to fight for your own healing. You have to fight with faith. You have to give your faith over to the being who is trying to help you. And understand that things aren't going to happen in your time frame. And if you try to put a time frame on a spirit, good luck. Good luck. Good luck. Okay? I've tried to put time frames on spirits and they've been like, oh, you want to tell me what to do? Okay. Especially Santa Marta. You want to try to tell her what to do? She'll be like, okay, that's fine. And she'll make you wait an extra 2 months when she was about to give it to you the next day. But because you want to be disrespectful. And there's people out there telling people that don't let the Loa tell you what to do. Don't let the Loa control your life. Okay. And then you look at their life and their life is effed up. And then you wonder why you're taking advice from people that obviously have complete disrespect for spirits, think that they are working with spirits, and in reality they're working with trickster spirits and demonic entities. But because they get next day results, they're the real deal. I will promise you, anything that comes to you quick will lead to you faster. Everything that comes easy slips through your fingers the next day. It will slip through your fingers because everything that comes and you don't have to work for it, you don't have to be patient for it, you don't have to have faith for it, it's taken away faster than you can say the word fast. Okay, so I love you all. I would love to help you in your spiritual path. I would love to help you in any way that I can. But if you're going to come to me, you need to come correct. And you need to come with the understanding that I listen to my spirit guides. I listen to Archangel Michael and to my other spirit guides. And if you can't have that patience, then I'm not the spiritual worker for you. I'm not. Because I've made the mistake of being too nice in saying this and finally my guides are like, that's it. Okay? That's it. You need to say it the way that we want you to say it, because people get in their own way. You get in your own way. That's what you don't understand. You get in your own way. And what you pay me is just a sacrifice. It's just an energy sacrifice for what you're asking for. That's all it is. It's an energy sacrifice. They know, the spirit knows what you can afford and what you can't afford. They know before they ask you. You have to have priorities. You can either buy weed with that money, or you can get your spirit life better. So one or the other. Or you can buy shoes with it, or you can get your spiritual life better. Your spiritual life, which controls the other parts of your life, and the other parts that cause prosperity and abundance and love to come into your life. So you can either buy Jordans with it, or buy weed with it, or you can get your spirit right. That's all it is. It's all an energy sacrifice. It's all about your priorities and what you want to do with that energy. Because we all have to work for what we put in our mouths. We all have to work for our food. So in the mundane world. So it's up to you what energy you want to put that sacrifice for. Okay? But I will tell you this much. Do not disrespect the spirits unless you want to get your butt whooped, because it's going to happen, and it's not by me. It's going to be by them. And it's not just my spirits. Other spiritual workers will tell you this. Other spiritual workers that work with real spirits will tell you this. Okay? If you disrespect the spirits, or and I'm not threatening anybody. I don't want anybody to say, oh, Priestess May is threatening me. Priestess May is fear-mongering. Priestess May is saying this. No, I'm telling you the truth. I'm telling you because I have lived it, okay? I was disrespectful to a spirit when I was young, and I got my butt whooped, literally and figuratively and spiritually. I got my butt whooped, okay? So, and then I had to go through hell. Okay, I had to go through hell to get back to a good place. So you need also, the reason I only do readings on certain days, because those are the days my spirits allow me to do readings, so that you can get the best message that you can possibly receive from me. If they tell me you can't do a reading on a certain day, it's not because I want to be mean, and not because I don't want to have more availability. But those are the days that my guides are allowing me to do readings, or my guides are allowing me to do works. I actually pay attention to what my guides say, and the planetary movements, and the moon movements, and the element movements, and everything works together cohesively. This is not an Amazon order where we can just go pick it off a shelf and ship it to you, and everything is going to be done. That's not how it works. Because we all want to talk about how unfair the world is and all these things, but we don't realize that we now live in an instant gratification society, and that is the reason why we have no depth to anything that we do anymore, and why we're losing the depth in our lives, because we want everything instant gratification, and we get bored of it in 5 minutes, and then we want something else. So it's really important to understand that if you're going to go through a spiritual process, you're not in control. And if you try to be in control, it's going to be worse than just riding the ride. It's going to be better to just ride the wave, go with spirit, let spirit guide you. Let spirit guide you to where it wants to show you. You chose these spirits before you came to earth to guide you in the right direction. And these spirits don't necessarily have to be divine beings. They could be ancestor spirits, okay? They could be spirits of light that maybe are spirit guides that need to make up for something, and they want to help other people in order to ascend themselves. So they're not trying to hurt you unless it's a trickster spirit or a demonic entity, but they're trying to... And be careful of anybody who tells you that they can get you results in 24 hours, because that right there, my experience with that, my 30 years of experience with that, is that a lot of the times that is a demonic entity that is doing your work. That is not a good entity. And That person may think they're doing work with good beings. I'm not saying everybody. I'm saying some people. That person may think they're doing work with good beings, but I don't know. If you want to, I don't know. Some people think it's worth it, but whatever. It's up to you. The end of the day is, all I'm saying is, if you're gonna get help from me, know that I do not answer to you. I answer to spirit. Okay? I am facilitating an exchange of energy, one thing for another, and I am here with love and acceptance and judgment-free zone. But there are things I can do and there are things I can't do. And it's not because I can't do them, but because my guides say, no, you shouldn't do that, because if you do that in your life, you're going to mess it up. And some people want something that is not for them, like a person that is not for them, and they want to push and push and push, and then they wonder why it's getting worse and worse and worse. It's not for you, honey. It's not for you. Some things are not for you. We need to learn when to let go and when to hold on. Sometimes we hold on to things way longer than we should, and then we wonder why our life is falling apart. And I know a lot of people will get off this life because they don't like being told what to do, because now we don't like being told in this life, in this society. We like to just be told, oh, everything you're doing is right. No, sometimes what you're doing is wrong. And it's not that it's wrong by moral standards, but it's just not the right process for you. Okay? And we no longer let our elders tell us, hey, you effed up. You're not doing it. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing. We don't even let spirit do it, because we think, because everybody's upset at God now, and everybody has an opinion on God because of the Bible, and the Bible is not God. Like, separate, learn to discern, learn to separate things. I could go on a rant, but I'm not going to. But all I'm saying is, learn to have discernment, learn to separate something that is made by man and something that is made by spirit and something that is made by God. It's completely different. Things are completely different. And if you learn to discern that, then you will have a great spiritual journey. If you don't want to learn to discern that, or you want to suppress that knowledge, then you're going to have a terrible spiritual journey. I promise you that, because I went through it. I went through hell, guys. I went through hell and back. And let me tell you, hell is not pretty. I've seen the devil, and he is not a nice guy. He's not. But a lot of it is because we allow ourselves to build a stronger connection to him, because we just want to be in control. Even though our spirit is telling us, let go, let God, our ego gets in the way, and our ego tells us, no, let's control the situation. Let's try to control the situation. We become paranoid, and then we get this energy that rattles other people, and then we're like, why is everybody leaving me? And it's because you're rattling that person. You rattle everyone who comes into your life. Even people who could be balanced before they meet you get rattled. And I'm not saying that's everybody. I'm not saying everybody's a bad person. And I know some people do it without realizing that they're doing it. You know, some of us do it, and we make other people rattled, and we don't even realize that we're doing it, because we're doing it out of paranoia rather than intuition. You need to know the difference between paranoia and intuition. A lot of people are like, oh, my intuition is telling me this, but I'm so scared. I'm like, that's not your intuition, honey. That's your paranoia. That's your ego. There's a lot of people who get caught up too, even when you've been a spiritual worker for a long time. Sometimes you can't even see your own issue objectively, because you're so close to the issue. It's like a doctor having a disease, and they can't see the problem because they're a doctor. Okay? So sometimes even spiritual workers need to go to other spiritual workers to be a doctor's doctor. Okay? Sometimes other spiritual workers need to be the doctor's doctor. And that's okay, because we all need guidance in our lives. We all need somebody that can guide us, and be careful with how far ego is letting us go. Like, okay, well, if I'm getting what I want and I don't have to change anything, then that must be good. But it's not, Because if you never have to change something about yourself or change your perspective on something to get what you want, you may not be getting it from a good source. So just keep that in mind. I would love to help you all with your spiritual journey, with your spiritual process. And if there's any spiritual healing that you need, or any spiritual work that I can assist you with, or any messages that you feel that you need to hear from me, you can book a reading, a consultation on priestessmay.com, and we can discuss further what you need and what your guides are suggesting for you. When I do a reading, I do it with your guides. I call upon your guides. I call upon your ancestors. I call upon everything that I could possibly call upon in the spiritual realm that is batting for you and that wants you to succeed. And I find out from them what are the steps that you need to take to move forward, whether it's to do spiritual work or whether it's to meditate, whatever it is, they will tell you. All right, guys, I love you all. I have to go buy these herbs now so I can drive 4 hours back home. Many blessings. Mwah. Bye-bye.